For those following the lavender journey that I started from seed last July, the latest video I did before this one was finally bringing the plants outside, and just going to be completely honest that they have not done as well as they are looking right now, and I'll explain why and show you a little bit later what happened and what I'm going to try to do. So several of the plants, after I put them out for a couple days, got chewed off by something. So here I am now with some deer block, kind of pinning down with some rocks to cover them. And just tonight, again, why it looks so much better is I've refreshed the soil and covered up more of the long stems. So many of the lavender plants in the small cups had very long, stringy stems. And I think my advice, or what I would do next time to begin with, would be to fill up and plant the lavender a little bit deeper next time. So that's essentially what I've done now. And I've also brought out several more of the new plants, and I'll try to show you. So some of the original plants that I brought out are this one, which is very small. You can see some of the leaves have died on them. This was a new one I brought out. This was from the hardening phase. So you not only have to worry about the weather and whether or not it's going to freeze, you also have to worry about what might potentially chew it off, and I'm not exactly sure what that was. In between the rows, I've also planted some sage, which complements lavender. Again, if these are too tightly planted, which they are, I'll have to move them later. So these are all original from the first planting. That one's a new one. So there were several that got chewed off, and I'll show you those in a little bit. So I've got some fresh soil, refreshed it, planted them deeper this time, and before it gets dark, I'm going to give them a little bit of water. This is on the south side of the house. These are the amount of plants I have left indoor, so I still have quite a few. They're looking fuller, and I would also recommend, if you can get yours repotted into bigger pots before it's spring again, or depending on when you plant yours, if you can pot them a little bit bigger and give them more space, I'm going to imagine they will grow even faster than mine have in these small cups. So back to the lavender that was chewed off. I have got a life support system here, and I've just taken them and I'm going to treat the lavender as cuttings. So I've got them in a root hormone. I just dipped them in that and filled it up with water. I stripped off the leaves from the stem where it's in the water, because otherwise they're just going to rot. So if I can show you an example here. All of these stems, aka cuttings, I've peeled them off and scraped a little bit with my thumbnail on the stem part to help encourage root growth at the nodes. So before I stuck them in water, I dipped them in root hormone. I will show you that here in a second. And then I've just filled them up. And my little baby ones I've got here, trying to nurse those. We'll see if they root. I really hope that they do, so I can repot them again. Okay, this is the root hormone that I'm using. The brand is Garden Safe. I'm sure if there's any other ones, those would be fine as well. You can at least see what I'm using. It's for plant cuttings. So like I said, you're going to strip down the stem where it's going to be in the water and give it a little bit of skin, deskin it with your fingernail. Dip it in the root hormone and then stick it in the water. And I've noticed with my sage cuttings that it's taken about 12 days to grow roots. So I'm hoping that's consistent with lavender. I will let you know. So let's hope they come back. But whatever chewed these off, I don't know if it was a rabbit or a deer or what it was, but the deer block seems to be working now, and hopefully these get some roots soon. Hope everybody's doing well, and take care until next time. Thanks for watching.